akong bana nga nasakit. Nga akong bana nga gikan sa ospital, na stroke na siya, di na siya katindog, dili siya kalakaw. Ayo gani kay nakapalit ni Vitron tablet, duha ka semana gikan paggamit namo, makalakaw-lakaw na siya unya. Ganahan na kay siya mukaon. Magpasalamat jud ni sa Vitron tablet, sir.
RPN Radio Philippines Network Radyo Ronda DXKS Surigao. Member kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Atong oras mga kaigsunan, doon natin 52 minutos na nakalabay sa alas 9 buntag. Karon nato ipabati kaninyo pagpadadyon ang regular session ng sangguniang panalabigan sa other matters kahapon sa dihang sila nagbotohay na sa tinguhang ma-override ang veto sa gobernador.
Voting na. So those who are in favor for the motion to override the veto of the governor, please raise your right hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's 9, Your Honor.
But we know.
For the no,
There's only one, Your Honor.
so there are 9 out of 1, so majority. And so what is now the one of the secretariat, the ruling of the secretariat? What is our, because we have to stick our role. What is the stick our role? Because we have to the role of us will be followed.
If I may, Mr. Chair, we have jurisprudence to support that the required number.
But we have there are a lot of the jurisprudence with regards to that one. But maybe we can decide based on our roles kung pila nato majority sa ato roles sa. If there is none, so technical gapon kita. So kung kita sa ato, stick kita sa ato role kung how much constitute the majority, because if we divide majority role is 2/3 of 14, so that is 10.3. That's why 9.3. I'm sorry. 9.3. So they need 10 votes.
Mr. Chair, if I may, we will not question how many, because Honorable said 10 and we said 9. No, we approved because we voted for the override of the veto of the governor, to override the veto. Even though we are 9, you have to bang the gavel there. 9 voted
In favor.
We are not the final arbiter, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman.
We are not the final arbiter. What is really the count? It's the court. So you have to.
I move for a 5 minutes recess.
So nangayog recess si Board Member Ricabo. Kaya gusto niya maklaro ang proceedings nga kung asa sakto 9 or 10 ang 2/3 vote. Interesting ini nga portion mga kaigsunan kay this involves parliamentary procedure, whether the 2/3 vote of vetoing or pag-veto sa gobernador nga i-override nila kinahanglan og 2/3 vote. So nag-recess. Ini kuman ni duol ang mga board members kang Board Member Ricabo sa presiding chair. Istorya ni Board Member Plaza si Ricabo, ni sunod si Andanar, tapos ni sunod sab si Board Member Sonico, ni duol sab si Board Member Larong, si Board Member Navarro, ni duol kang Board Member Kent, ni tindog si Board Member Bernal, ni kadto sa presiding chair. So nanhing bahina hinukbo na si Board Member Ricabo dito sa entablado.
The session na resume. uh, uh, those who voted for the overriding of the governor's veto has 9 votes with 1 negative votes. But based on the assumption, my assumption, that the majority is 2/3 of the 14 members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, so it needs 10 votes to override the veto.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
That's admissible.
You rule now, Mr. Chair, because that is my motion. Whether it is 9 or 10, you rule.
Yeah.
Because you are not the court.
Yeah,
You are not the court. It's only your opinion.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. The chair has already rendered a ruling that there is a 9 against 1. 9 affirmative votes and 1 negative vote.
votes.
Yes, the chair also ruled.
The chair has to
approve members
disapprove.
10. Since by computation it is 9.33. There is already a ruling, Mr. Chair.
Whether it is 9.3 or
Mr. Chair, we
10.
need to make a ruling whether to approve or disapprove.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
You approve the 9.
Did the chair resume session before the discussion?
Overriding vote is 2/3. So, majority wins 9 votes. Majority, pero it needs 10 votes to override.
You have no right to say that.
I
It's only
already
the court
decided
to decide.
that it needs 10 votes.
If you are the judge,
Then you make a rule.
make a ruling.
Oh, I made a ruling that it needs 10 votes.
Okay. Mr.
Ito, ipang ng gavel. 10 votes ang ruling.
Plaza.
Mr. Chair, your ruling is 10. So not in favor of the motion to pass a resolution overriding the veto of the governor. Is that right, Mr. Chair?
Yes,
Okay.
because it needs 2/3 of the votes.
Okay, Mr. Chair, we have no problem with that. But I move for consideration of your ruling. And what was the basis of your ruling that the 10 is the 2/3 vote of the 13 members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan?
Based on the laws, we need 2/3 of the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
What is the specific law or laws that you have mentioned, Mr. Chair?
Maybe I cannot cite that. Maybe we can conduct a research on that. But based on that's why I'm asking for our rules.
Mr.
Because
Chairman.
we need to set our rules. We have other rules. So we have to follow the rules of the Sangguniang
I
Panlalawigan.
move for a 5-minute recess, Mr. Chair.
Okay, 5 minutes recess, declare. Okay, nag-recess na sab sila mga kaiksuna, no?
Lagi.
Declare of recess, tindog si Board Larong, dalag papel.
Lagi 2/3 mo.
Idala niya nga to sa presiding chair. Ni tindog sab si board member Sonico ni duol sa presiding chair hasta si board member Andanar. Ni duol dito sa presiding chair samtang secretary Sangguniang Panlalawigan nga si Rodolph Valentino Siring nagtindog na. Ni tindog sab si board member Plaza. Niya si board member Julik Sunico ni balik siyang lamisa magikuhang papel ni tindog sab si board member Bernal nagdalag papel. May gihatag niya nga to sa presiding chair nga si board member Ricabo. Okay. Sigtindog na sila kabibo sa ilang sesyon, no? Agig sumpay mga kiksunan. Yeah, paminahon ta. Recess pa ni sila, recess. Ito na, nagitapok na sila dito sa presiding chair. Nisaka na gajud sa presiding chair si board member Julik Sunico. May gitunol nga papel nga tukang board member Ricabo. Samtang sila si board member Larong, si board member Bernal de Sobos, ug si board member Plaza. Si board member Larong mibalik na nito sa iyang lingkuranan. Yung lamisa, ito, gibang na sa banggabel. Balik si board member Bernal sa niduol paghihapon si board Andanar o si board member Bernal. Tudlo-tudlo ni board member Andanar ang presiding chair. So niyan na
my basis of deciding the fact of 10 members to require a total votes, because under Section 55 of our SP House rules, percentage votes, for the purpose of the section, a percentage vote shall be construed to mean as a proportion of certain whole. Percentage votes shall be applied in the following. A total votes for all the members of the Sangguniang shall be required in overriding the veto of the local chief executive for any ordinances or resolution, thereby making the particular ordinance or resolution effective for all intents and purposes. Section 54 Public Act 7160. So that is my basis.
Mr. Chair,
So
I move for the resumption of the session, Mr. Chair.
What for?
Resume.
Resume.
We
How?
are in recess.
Order of decision is not resume.
Mr. Chair, I have a motion, Mr. Chair. I would like to move to amend the House Rules of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan pursuant to the jurisprudence available, that is the Supreme Court decision in the case of Javier et al. Versus Cadiao, GR number 185369.
For that matter, without, if we are going to amend our House rules, maybe I decline in that decision because these are presiding officers, the Vice Governor. So I
Mr. Chair, before, we are going to question your ruling because we are in the majority and you're only one there. You cannot vote.
Yeah, I can vote, but we have to stick on House rules. What is the purpose of House rules?
The House rules cannot supersede the Supreme Court decision.
No, but in this case, you will go to the court para decide that. But for the meantime, we have to stick our House rules. And if we want to change the House rules, I need to decline because it needs our true presiding officer, which is the Vice Governor.
Okay, Mr. Chair, if that is so, I would just like to put that on record that the 9 members voted for the overriding of the veto of the
Yeah, it's on record. It's on record.
And the presiding officer wrote that 10.
So it needs to.
Let me put that on record.
Under our Section 55 of our House rules.
Mr. Chair, can I have the floor?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, your basis of ruling is based on the
Our
internal
rules.
rules. And we have heard a while ago that Board Member Larong has a motion.
If you have to, my opinion also, I have to respect our presiding officer, Vice Governor Jid Kuchamki.
Okay.
So in that matters, I will decline because I will not participate in amending our House rules.
Okay, Mr.
So
Chair.
if you want to decide,
We will go on. We will go on first. You have already mentioned your basis. And on our part, we will also mention our legal basis, which is the Supreme Court decision. On the basis of the Supreme Court decision, in the case of Javier et al. Versus Cadiao et al., GR number 185369, I repeat, GR number 185369, promulgated on August 3, 2016, which provides that if the Sangguniang has 13 members, excluding the Vice Governor, then the votes needed to obtain 2/3 is only 8. Hence, our motion to pass a resolution overriding the veto of the governor is deemed approved.
that particular decision carries only to that particular case. It can be used as a precedent in the ISCA, but it cannot be applicable to this House rules of ours. It needs a court decision to decide whether the total votes of House rules should
Mr. Chair, if there is a conflict between the internal rules and the jurisprudence of the Supreme Court, of course, the jurisprudence will prevail over the internal rules.
That is
Because
subject.
anytime we can amend our internal
That is
rules.
subject to the decision.
Mr. Chairman,
The board member.
thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. since you decided already and make the rule that the 9 votes are not enough for the 10 votes that you required. So in that case, I move to reverse the ruling of the temporary presiding officer.
Second.
Mr. Chair,
I move for the votation for this
not yet, Mr. Chair.
motion, Mr. Chairman.
Point of order. It is not yet over. There should be a discussion. There should be a.
We discussed already.
No.
So what discussion do you want to discuss here on the
Under
plenary?
our House rules, Mr. Chair, if the presiding officer has decided on a matter at issue, it would need, again, 2/3. 2/3 is not 9, it is 10 as ruled upon by the chair. So we will go ad infinitum. Way katapusan.
The temporary presiding officers read only the 2/3, but he did not mention who are the 2/3. So I did actually 2/3 votes of the
Yes,
Of all the members.
Pero wala diha nag-appeal ang vice governor. So naman ma-appeal man ang vice governor sa 2/3. So we, the 13 board members only, amo ra ang kwentahon sa 2/3. Not including the vice governor. That is why na dapat dili siya content.
That is your opinion. But when we conduct
Because
the roll
your
call,
opinion,
when we conduct a roll call, we always include the vice governor. So that is
why we have here
counted.
the ALG opinion, and we have also the Supreme Court decision. So sa ato pa mas labaw na banoan kita kontra sa ila. That is why if that would be the case, then I move for the ruling of the temporary presiding officer.
That ruling is subject to a particular case. Pero anato case siya pas bisaya lang ko man ini. So you have to contest either you have to ask the DLG opinion, or you can ask any other who had knowledge about these total votes that we discussed.
Mr. Chair, may I be recognized? Now, before anything else, Mr. Chair, I would like to put it on record that there is an opinion of the Office of the Secretary of the DILG dated October 16, 2007, where it says, there is no ambiguity that the phrase all the members of the Sangguniang definitely refers to all kinds of members in the Sangguniang Panglungsod, and thus shall include the Vice Mayor as presiding officer, the regular members, the ex-officio members, and the sectoral representatives. You, however, raise the point that the internal rules of procedure of that Sangguniang Panglungsod expressly excluded the Vice Mayor in the membership of the Sangguniang. In this regard, may we emphasize the ruling of the Supreme Court in the case of Alberto Romulo versus Nicanor Iñiguez on February 4, 1986, where the Supreme Court ruled that internal rules do not have the force of law but are merely in the nature of bylaws prescribed for the orderly and convenient conduct of proceedings. They are merely procedural and not substantive. They may be waived or disregarded by the deliberative body, and with their observance, the courts have no concern. So, in the light of the said Supreme Court pronouncement, it is thus clear that the internal rules of the procedure of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, not being a law, cannot rise above and be more superior than the express provisions of Republic Act 9005 and the Local Government Code. So in this case, Mr. Chair, even our internal rules of procedure prescribe that the two-thirds votes is of all the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, including the Vice Governor. And under our computation, the two-thirds vote is not 9, it is 10. Under the cited jurisprudence, they excluded the presiding officer. So naturally, the lower number would be the two-thirds. But in this case, under our law, under the Local Government Code, which is the same or in the same nature of our internal rules, it says that all the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan include the presiding officer, the Vice Governor. So, that being the case, two-thirds votes of 14 is 9.33 and that is 10. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, if I may. Remember, if even though the Vice Governor is included in the counting, but he cannot exercise his right to vote. He can only vote if there is a tie. It is very clear in the section 49 of our local government code, Mr. Chair.
There is no quarrel, Mr. Chair, that the presiding officer cannot vote, but he cannot, the computation of the total votes should necessarily include the presiding officer because he is a member of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. It would be otherwise if he's not a member. But that could be, he would be excluded. But the law and the House rules are clear that he, the Vice Governor as presiding officer, is one of the regular members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Boarding Plaza.
Versus Cadiao. It is very clear in that case that the presiding officer is not included to vote. That is why the Supreme Court recognizes only the 13 members and the needed votes for the two-thirds is only 8. And besides, Mr. Chair, being the temporary presiding officer, you cannot declare that the 9 votes is not within the two-thirds vote required as far as the law that you have cited is concerned.
No,
because
I'm not citing any law, I'm citing only our house rules.
Yeah, that is why, Mr. Chair, you can only declare that we got 9 votes.
I just follow the house rules.
Yeah, I'm not yet finished, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
You can only declare that we have gathered 9 votes and 1 against.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's all.
Boarding guys.
Longer than Ronnie.
But
But anyway, no, Mr. Chair,
dili kita ini makauli na sa.
Mr. Chair, now considering my health, no, I would like to move out now. And then besides, I am also in favor that we can decide now because by Monday, I am going to be absent on this section. We ought to be counted between ako as positive, no? 4 between ako in favor, 4 overriding.
I've already decided. I've already decided that based on our house rules under section 57, that the votes, affirmative votes of 9 does not constitute a two-thirds of the majority. So I decided that.
Mr. Chair, please, if I may.
Yes,
Rule that there were 9 votes.
Yeah, I already decided
and
that.
I'm not saying that we consider 10 because you are not the court.
Yeah.
Your ruling should be 9 in favor of the overriding of the veto.
That's why
You more thing.
you're putting me in agony
That
because
would be
I already declared that there is 9 affirmative votes and 1 negative
That's
vote.
why-
Then you decided me to decide. So I decided that I declare that 9 does not constitute a total majority.
It's your only opinion.
So what's wrong with that? You have given me the time to decide. So we can go on arguing this, and so what's the opinion? I don't know.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If Mr.
Go ahead, Mr. Bernard.
For the
Gawas
last
na din
time,
gawas na din si Board Member
I
Igay.
do not question the integrity of the presiding chair. I admire him for his wisdom. I admire him for his courage, for standing up to what he believes as a two-thirds vote of the members of the Sangguniang Panalawigan, which is not 9, but which is 10. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move to adjourn.
So there is a motion for adjournment. No,
I still have a pending motion, Mr. Chair, regarding the amendment of the rules.
If we want to amend the rule, we need it by consensus. So if you want, I will decline. Mr. Chair, the position as vacant. Mr. Chair, if you insist on voting me in deciding to amending the rules.
Mr. Chair, let's hear the explanation.
So that everything will be fine already, Your Honor. Let me read the rules on amendment on your internal rules, Rule 12 Amendment, Section 111. These internal rules of procedure may be amended at any regular session by a two-thirds vote of all the members of the Sangguniang, provided that prior notice of such proposed amendment is given at least 1 day before scheduled session to all members, and provided further that no provisions herein which is based on or prescribed by existing laws shall be amended. That's the rule, Your Honor.
So we cannot amend right away. We need 1 day notice. So what's the pleasure of the body?
Okay, so dili pwedeng ora mismong i-amend ang ilang internal rules.
Recorded that the votes casted is 9 for the affirmative or the overriding of the veto, and only 1 vote for the negative. So with that, there's already a ruling from the majority that 9 really casted. And with that, Mr. Chair, para matapos na, I now move for the adjournment of our session.
Mr. Chair, other matters, Mr. Mr. Chair.
Board Member Bernal, Board Member Jeku.
Mr. Chair,
Board Member Jeku is first recognized. Maybe you can talk later on.
Mr. Chair, since nag-discussan natin na yato kung problema sa Inina Ordinance regarding may sa San Gravel nato sa Surigao. So I am proposing to pass an ordinance creating a price monitoring council for the San Gravel, particularly in Surigao Island, Mr. Chair, with the chair. The chair should be the Committee on Environment.
Board Member Plaza pa kay sino nakauna.
Mr. Chair, there is a pending motion to adjourn, duly seconded by me. It takes precedence, Mr. Chair. The chair should rule under the rules that a motion to adjourn has precedent.
No, we can let, for the last time, we can let Board Member Plaza some time to talk.
Mr. Chair, I have not finished. Mr. Chair, considering that you have mentioned the votes, 9 votes cast in favor and 1 against, and then you have mentioned further that 9 does not constitute the 2/3.
Yes.
In that case, Mr. Chair, I move to reconsider the decision of the chair and move to divide the House in reversing the ruling of the temporary presiding officer. I so move, Mr. Chair.
So what is the purpose of revising the ruling when I'm just sticking to our House rules?
Because you have ruled adversely.
No, I did not adversely. I'm just sticking to the House rules. What is the purpose of our House rules? Shall we burn it or shall we follow it? So we have to follow our House rules. What is the purpose of our House rules if we don't follow?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Ms. Moon.
once and for all, it is whether you decide that the motion doesn't constitute 9 as 2/3, then you decided for the record that the motion for override is not approved. That's what happened to the final decision. So Amora, para matapos kita, you decide regarding 2/3 is 9 or 2/3 10, which you mentioned 2/3 is 10. When you simply say that the motion overriding the veto was not approved. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, I think the records bear that the presiding chair has already ruled that the number of 9 does not constitute the total vote of all the members of the Sangguniang Palawigan based on our House rules. I think that is very clear. And on the matter of the motion of Board Member Plaza, magbalik-balik kita. Kay even if you will still vote 9 and I vote 1, 2/3 vote is required. Amo rin hapon ang ruling ng chair. So we shall move on, Mr. Chair. If you want to go to court, so that all of these things would be properly addressed in the appropriate forum. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
So there is a standing motion of adjournment. Mag-debate pa kita, direct mo, di ba? Mr. Board Member Plaza.
There is a pending motion by Board Member Andanar, duly seconded. It should be treated upon because it is treated as a superior motion, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
There is also a pending motion, Mr. Chair.
there's still discussion.
I think before the adjournment, for the record, Mr. Chair, we voted, we divide the House, but you did not declare it. You have to declare it. The motion to override is not approved due to the lack of votes for 2/3.
So
I
in
think
that
you
case,
need to do that for the record.
so in that case, for the record, I declare that the motion to override is not carried.
We reiterate, Your Honor.
With that, Mr. Chair, I move to reconsider your decision. That is why I move to reconsider your decision by voting. I move to divide the House.
Magbalik-balik.
Balik man kita ini. Di na kita mag-adjourn na kita.
No, Mr. Chair, that is a standing motion.
Yes, Mr. Chair, that is standing motion. Any, Manisikan.
I will not revise my decision because I will always, as I said before, I will stick to the House rules.
Yeah.
You cannot change your decision lagi, pero may standing motion man diri to reverse your decision as being a temporary presiding officer naman dili man nimo kami ko na gusto naman na magputar. So naman dili man nato butuhan daon whether your decision is final or not.
Mr. Chair, I think the issue here is becoming redundant and becoming irrelevant. There has been already a ruling, and the motion requires also a 2/3 vote, even if you get 9 and 1 negative.
I beg to
The chair has already ruled that
I
the
beg to
2/3.
disagree, Mr. Chair. If the presiding officer cannot rule on the matter, maybe you can decide on another course of action, Mr. Chair.
So my course of action is that
Mr. Chair, if I may, the decision is always within the majority of the members. It is only a decision and not coming from the majority. Thank
but
you, Mr. Chair.
I stick to the House rules that it needs to be read, it needs total of the votes. So I will stick to that. So I will not going to approve the motion to revise. Because what is need to revise? When we can go all over again, it's like moving in a circle. Balik lagi po kita.
Make a ruling because we are in the majority and they are only one minority. And besides, you are only a referee there. You are not even allowed to vote.
Mr. Chair.
In that case, I will. In that case, I will declare that temporary vacant.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Okay, gentlemen, I move that Board Member Larong will take charge of the as temporary presiding officer.
So ni kanaog ng Board Member Ricabo. Puli si Board Member Larong sa subay sa nomination ni Board Member Plaza. Deklarar man si Board Member Ricabo nga bakante ang sessions presiding chair. So ni Saka
Right,
Board
session
Member Larong.
resumes. Considering that there was a standing motion for the reversion or reconsideration of the previous temporary presiding officer's decision, may I have a vote as to whether we should reverse the decision of the temporary presiding officer. There's a standing motion for the division of the House, or to have a vote regarding the reversion or reconsideration of the previous temporary presiding officer.
May I be recognized, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think you can still muster the number 9? Board Member Igay just left. And now we are 2. You cannot vote. So you will have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You only have 7 members to vote. We are uselessly using up the time of the Sanggunian, Mr. Chair.
Even though we can go back, Mr. Chair, to Cadyao case, which is two-thirds requires only 8 votes. And as far as Section 49, Paragraph B is concerned, the temporary presiding officer can vote.
Your Honors, there is a existing jurisprudence that the temporary presiding officer is included in the vote for the majority.
So if the temporary presiding officer can vote, the permanent or the regular presiding officer cannot vote. And so we proceed, Mr. Chair, and divide the House.
Hearing no objections, we will proceed with the division of the House.
There is no more need to divide the House on that issue. With that, I move for the division of the House.
Second.
All those in favor for the reconsideration or the reversal of the decision of the temporary presiding officer, Honorable Board Member Ricabo, all those in favor, please raise your right hand.
Mr. Chair, I would like to make it on the record that the presiding officer, the presiding chair, has exceeded and abused his authority because as presiding officer, he should not and he cannot vote. And with more reason that there is only 8 votes. How can you override with 2/3 the decision of the presiding officer, Board Member Ricardo? That will be all, Your Honor. I then move for adjournment.
There is a jurisprudence supporting our decision, and my position Your Honor, so considering the 8 votes garnered for the revision or the reconsideration of the decision of the previous temporary presiding officer board member Recabo, I hereby declare that the motion is approved.
Okay, Mr. Chair, we'll move on to adjournment and closing prayer.
Second.
Motion is adjourned. May we request the honorable board member assigned to lead the prayer.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Okay, so mao na to mga kaigsunan, no? Gi-adjourn na ang ilang session. Sa ilang halos isa ka oras tong discussion, mga 57 minutes ang ilang kumbate sa mga board members. Rule di board member Recabo nga dili maka-override ang siyam kay napulo ang boto. Pero gi-question ini sa mga majority board members, naghimo sila og ruling pinagis pag take over sa presiding chair nga ang boto na o ang desisyon ni board member Recabo nga ilang gi-reverse nga dili kung 10 kundi 9, pero nag-raise usab og point si board member Bernal nga to overrule sa ruling nan presiding chair o temporary presiding officer dapat gihapon 2/3. So waya na sila makamaster daw sa 2/3 kay 8 ra kan sila. Labaw pa nga gi-question ni board member Bernal, ni-exceed na daw sa iyang gahom o ni-abuso sa iyang authority ang presiding officer o temporary presiding officer nga si board member Larong, nganong ni-appeal man siya butar nga dapat dili na siya mo-appeal og butar. Pero ni-rule gihapon si Larong nga jaoy jurisprudence, mao nga iyang gideklara nga ang motion to reversal of the decision of the temporary presiding officer nga si board member Kaisi Recabo ilang rule nga sayop kadtong decision sa presiding officer. Pero si board member Recabo daan ang ingon nga nagbase lang siya sa rules sa sangguniang panlalawigan session. Naa sila rules nga ginasubay aron na hapsay ang pagpadagan sa ilang regular session. Mga kaigsunan, mosunod na ang uban pang mga impormasyon dinhi sa atong tulumanon sa Radyo Ronda og sa mga drama. Musibog na lang ni unya og sa hapon. Unyang hapon og unyang gabi ang atong mga drama. Doon tay mga pahinumdum gikan Pikas Lawak. Sa kontrol ni Roland Angla Ligaspi uban ni Chef Teklito makatigbak ako si Jun Clerigo magpasalamat og maayong buntag, maradyaw na adlong Miyerkules kanatong